I think that the liabilities are the early crypto cowboys, the crypto tokens, the unregistered securities, the unreliable crypto custodians. For the industry to move to the next level, we need to migrate to adult supervision. We're going to need big banks to become the crypto custodians. We're going to need Wall Street to take a role. And we need to rationalize away from the 100,000 crypto tokens, yo-yo coins that people are manipulating, to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is an asset without an issuer. It is the one universally recognized protocol that's a commodity in the space. So when banks on Wall Street and responsible custodians are managing Bitcoin and the industry takes its eyes away from all of the shiny little tokens that have distracted and demolished shareholder value, I think the industry moves to the next level and we 10x from here. You can never have too much Bitcoin. We're big Bitcoin bulls. Our thesis is that Bitcoin is digital property, but without the risks and liabilities of commercial real estate. It's a digital commodity without the risks and the liabilities of gold. It's a digital tech investment without the risks and the liabilities of big tech. And so we're bullish.
It's funny, people sometimes forget that you're like an enterprise software company, and I noticed that you're doing some new partnerships on AI with Microsoft, and I wonder if that kind of good news gets overshadowed, or any kind of news about your fundamental business gets overshadowed by just being a proxy for Bitcoin.
We're really excited about our partnership with Microsoft and AI. We're the first BI company to put AI into our product line.
And we have Michael Saylor, the puppet. Remember, instead of saying MicroStrategy, you should be saying Morgan Stanley. But he's a Bitcoin bull, and we know why. Remember, a long time ago, he said Bitcoin didn't stand a chance. But then he says we need the big banks to come into the space. Remember the whole purpose of Bitcoin and crypto? It rose during 2008 because of the big banks. So guys, don't fall for the Hegelian dialectic. You clearly heard his partnership with Microsoft, which is Bill Gates, pushing AI and the machine takeover. And then guys, we have Hong Kong digitizing gold. Yes, you heard that correct. We know that Hong Kong doesn't do anything without China. Remember, Hong Kong is a straw man for China. But guys, let's get into the video.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe This technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, well, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. Now, guys, I told you in 2023 in the first quarter, we would get an event, and now we have the banking collapse, which the master magicians pulled off the perfect distraction. And at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, guys, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, the markets will still pump and dump until we get that next crisis. Guys, we know they're going to pull that rug. And all we have to do is watch the Fed to know exactly when that's about to happen. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin and crypto pulling back. We did get a slight pump last night going in towards the morning, but as I'm doing this video, we are pulling back. And we have stocks pumping. And guys, we can clearly see in the indicators, we see that the yield rates are being manipulated. Guys, this lets us know how bad things are, and I'm going to go over that later. But we have Solana gains 80% in a month as Fire Dancer goes live on testnet. And guys, we know anytime any crypto makes a big move, we know it's going to have a pullback. But we know the hidden hand is pumping Solana. And like I stated, anytime you get a big move like this, we know it's going to pull back. But guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates, which are down in a big way. And we know that is definitely going to help stocks. The S&P, guys, you had stocks over 70% down. It's not going to make the news because you have the Magnificent Seven that kept moving up. So guys, if you're willing to do the research, it's definitely opportunities. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Now, guys, we have the dollar pulling back slightly. We have volume and crypto up. We have Tether and USDC. And we had 21 people have been arrested in China for converting dirty USDT to China's yuan. And, guys, we see the movies continue. And then we have the Fed, repo at $1 trillion. And we had Jerome Powell in the house and said exactly everything we thought he was going to say, and then plus he stuck with the script this time. And we're seeing all the holes in the economy. And by yield rates dropping this quickly, guys, it just lets us know how bad things really are. We see it in cars. We see it in housing, credit card debt. Every time you turn around, there's layoffs. So the Fed's plan is working perfectly, And of course, the sheep have no clue on what's going on because they stay distracted on things that don't matter. And we know by the time they wake up, the machines would have taken over. And guys, we see the central banks, all of them moving in lockstep again because the major ones are pausing. And inflation is not at 2%. And we know rates take a while to dig into the economy. And of course, the central banks know that. That's the reason why they raise them so fast. So therefore, it could destroy this economy. Remember, we're in a fragmented world. They have to destroy the American economy, and that becomes a ripple effect in the global economy. And while the drums get to beat, the masses will be distracted. And remember, the NWO only needs that one crisis in order to bring in the machines. And we're only about 3 years away. Remember, the emerging markets are going to flip the switch next year. United States is going to do regulation next year and then flip the switch for the fourth industrial revolution in 2025. So by 27, 28, you're going to be in a whole nother different world. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget about Grayscale, sent about $27.3 billion. And then we have ProShares announces launches of short Ethereum-linked ETF. And I know a lot of you ask when we're down, you ask, when are we going up? And then when we go up, you ask, when are we coming down? And that's the reason why you have products where you can long the market or products where you can short the market when you're not comfortable doing it yourself. So there's definitely products out there where you can leverage either way. Now let's get over to a little crypto news. We have top Swiss bank, St. Galler Cantonal Bank, launches Bitcoin and Ethereum trader with Sabre Bank. And globally, we're starting to see crypto adoption pick up. Now we have Hong Kong putting out rules for tokenized securities. And we know nothing happens in Hong Kong without China. Remember, Hong Kong is China's straw man. And we definitely see Hong Kong pushing crypto adoption. Now, last month we had SEC's Gary Gensler. Looks like he was taking some losses. But the fact is they're coming back even stronger. We have Safe Moon executive team charged with multiple fraud counts and arrests made. Also, we have PayPal faces SEC action related to its stablecoin. And then lastly, we have Ripple's legal chief questions the SEC case losses under Gensler. And remember, guys, SEC Gary Gensler is the NWO chess piece. And we know PayPal is definitely moving the fourth industrial revolution agenda. Gary Gensler's job was to hold regulation back in the United States so the emerging markets in China could rise first. Remember, the fourth industrial revolution takes away a whole lot of liberties that the United States citizens would not tolerate. And that's the reason why you have so much immigration. Because where these people are coming from, they're going to think they hit the lottery. And the United States people are going to be looking spoiled. Guys, this is the same thing they did during slavery. Remember, they gave all the Europeans they bought in America free land, free tools, and the original owners of the land, the indigenous people, they drove them out, gave them nothing. And the same thing we're seeing now. These immigration people are getting big checks, and the people in the United States are struggling. That's the reason why history is so important, because it's the blueprint for the future. Remember, the NWO caused the problem, wait for the reaction, and run in with the solution. And if you're seeing the emerging markets getting free money airdropped to them, we know the Americans are going to beg for it. But little do they know that money is going to be programmed, telling them what, where, and when and how to buy, and they have 3 to 6 months to spend it or poof, it's gone. The only thing you have to do is bring a man to his knees, and he'll accept anything. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows. When it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing, they were still getting that free money. What are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID 33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.